What's up, guys? Cowboy fans. Let's just get to it, man. Hope you guys had happy holidays. And it's been a minute. What have we missed since I've been out? Well, we looked great against the Washington football team, and then we looked like how we've looked for the last few games against the Arizona Cardinals in a loss. And it was a bummer because it took us pretty much out of the running for the one seed. And I really wanted the one seed. And the main reason I wanted the one seed is because you know what? We'll circle back to that, right? There's more to be concerned about than us losing the one seed. And I think this is a team that has the kind of pieces and the talent that can make it run to the Super Bowl. Okay. I'm going to tell you guys now, I don't see it. And the reason I don't see it, even despite the fact that we had the pieces, it's for a lot of kind of intangible reasons. I don't believe that Mike McCarthy is capable of carrying this team to the Super Bowl based on what I've seen from him so far this season. And, I know we've been winning some games. I know we made the playoffs, but I've been saying all season that, like, we got to dump McCarthy because he's going to be the reason we don't make it to the Super Bowl. Now, the other reason the Arizona Cardinals game was alarming is that so the Washington football team game happens, and I think Dak's back. It looked like, okay, Dak's back. And what I mean by Dak's back is if you've been watching each game, you know that Dak hasn't quite looked right since the injury in the Patriots game. And that's saying a lot because I was really worried personally after we paid him after he snapped his ankle, because that kind of injury, you got to wonder what it does to a guy. Is he going to be the same guy? Is he going to be better? Is he going to be able to adapt to it? These are questions I had coming into the season. And then he lit up Tampa Bay, right? And he looked good for like 3-4 games in there. And then the Patriots game happened, injures his calf. I was hearing that he had a small tear in the calf, or, right? Missed the game. And we're winning all the games we're supposed to win, but the playoff teams, the Tampa Bays, the Kansas Cities, the Cardinals, these type of games, like from these kind of teams that we're gonna see in the playoffs, we're not winning them, right? Now, you can make the argument that the Tampa Bay game, I really think we should have won. We left Tom Brady too much time on the clock. Okay, but we also snuck in some bad losses to the Broncos and Raiders. Okay. Now, excuse me. Now, those kind of things happen. You're not going to go undefeated, right? You're going to, the Broncos game I thought was more of an aberration game. Like, we got ran through by the Broncos. That's not something I think happens again. And the Raiders, to be honest with you, it's the first time this season is the first time that some of our struggles are put on Dak Prescott. And I say that because I was arguing with Shane, and if you've been following, I've done a couple of Zooms with him. I think more during the last basketball season, though. I'm pretty sure we were talking basketball. But he's a guy, he's a Steelers fan, and we always get into debates, quarterbacks, things like that. One of the debates I've always had was I've always been an advocate of Dak getting his money. I thought Dak was better than Carson Wentz. And the Carson Wentz thing has come up again, right, between us. And the reason the Carson Wentz thing has come up is because he had an okay game, I guess, against the Cardinals. You remember he ended up throwing like a game-winning touchdown. And all of a sudden, he thinks Carson Wentz is just the shit again, right? So we're talking quarterbacks, and in the past, I've told him that Dak should get his money. I think he's worth the money to us. I've never in the past, what has it been, 4 seasons, I think, for Dak Prescott. I've never in the past thought Dak Prescott was the problem. I've never in the past thought that we lost the game because of Dak Prescott, right? Even though some people give him like the empty calories moniker and da 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 da. Granted, there's been some games he could have started faster, but he's always brought us back. Like he's the kind of guy that if it's a close game and we get the ball last, I believe he can bring us home. I saw him do it against Aaron Rodgers. It took a defensive gaffe for us to lose that game in Green Bay, his first playoff game, right? And the whole reason I brought up the Carson Wentz Dak thing is because he and I have compared, and then I did a video explaining why I thought Dak was better than Carson Wentz, and I think I've long been vindicated for that. So where my concern is Dak hasn't looked. I was already worried about him snapping his ankle. Then Dak hurt the calf. I don't think he's looked right, and then I don't know if he's injured so much as it is that maybe it's the fact that it's in his head now. He snapped his ankle, then the calf, and now it's like I think he's doesn't trust his body anymore. He's clearly not as mobile as he used to be. He's not as fast as he used to be, and it's affected his game. And what I'm seeing is a quarterback that's not playing with confidence. So, for instance, right, if you're a quarterback like Dak Prescott, Carson. So when we do the Dak Prescott Carson Wentz comparison, right, I've said Carson Wentz in a vacuum, okay, is one of the most talented quarterbacks in the league. He's the kind of guy that can move however way. He's mobile. He could throw the ball all over the field. The problem with Carson Wentz and why I've always bashed him is that he throws some of the dumbest interceptions you'll ever see. He makes some of the most boneheaded plays you'll ever see. And a lot of it comes from hubris and that he's not smart enough to know the situation might not call for that. Like he'll go straight Brett Favre. It's I gotta make the big throw, and it costs his team more than it doesn't, right? Dak Prescott doesn't have that kind of cannon, that kind of arm talent, right? And so for Dak Prescott, it's always been the intangible stuff, knowing where to go with the ball, but more importantly, understanding that you're a big athletic kid, right? That you can always move the chains, run the ball, gain an extra yard or two because you're a stronger guy, right? But when you hurt your leg, your ankle, and then now your calf, now you know you don't have that in your bag of tricks. So your brain, I think, is moving a lot faster. That's what I'm seeing from Dak Prescott is that now it's, okay, where's that guy? Where's that guy? Where's that guy? Where's that guy? Where it used to be check 1, 2, 3. All right, run. Right? It used to be like that because he could rely on that. Now what I'm seeing is he doesn't want to run, so he's trying to figure out how to get the ball out of his hands, and it's leading to underthrows or like inaccuracy issues. Is what I feel like it's leading to. So it's concerning, man, because I see a quarterback that doesn't quite have his swagger, and that's a big deal for Dak Prescott. That's where I'm at. Like, you guys know that I see a team that has all the talent in the world, can make a run to the Super Bowl. I just don't see it actually happening because of two things, and it's Mike McCarthy, and you guys know I've been calling for his firing for a while, and I know you're not going to fire him because you're winning games, you're in the playoffs, but this is something we really need to consider in the offseason. It's like, you know what? Mike might be the guy holding us back. The guy never makes the right calls, doesn't seem to understand time score situations because he never calls timeout when he needs to call timeout. He calls timeout when you shouldn't call timeout. He goes for fourth down in the worst situation. He doesn't go for fourth down when you need to go for fourth down. Like, these are things that, case in point, right? The Patriots game, we should have went for it on fourth down at the end of the game. The only reason we ended up in overtime was because Trayvon Diggs got a pick six. It's basically what ended up happening because We kicked the field goal, gave the ball to the Patriots, if I recall correctly. I think they were still up, right? And don't quote me on this, but I think the Patriots were still up. It took the Trayvon pick six to go up. They took then Trayvon Diggs got burnt, right? Scored the touchdown, and then I think they went for two. I don't know, man. All I know is in that situation, we should have originally went for it instead of going for the field goal, because I think we missed that field goal is what ended up happening. Now you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but basically it was the wrong decision to not go for it on fourth down. It had Trayvon Diggs not pick that ball off, we're probably looking at a loss there, right? And those kind of things can't happen. Like I've seen many times where I'm like, why are we going for it on fourth down on our side of the field? Happened against the Broncos. So these are just my thoughts with the Cowboys. Hopefully we draw a good matchup. I think we're going to end up playing the Rams, which I'll give you more of my thoughts on that when we get closer. But I think that how we handle this last game is going to be important. Do we bench people, and let them rest up? Do we let them play and try to get rhythm? And I'm all, I don't know. I got to really think about it, because I kind of feel like if Dak's not right, give him the week. Definitely our left tackle, Tyron Smith, he hasn't been right all season. Give him the week. But on the flip side, I feel like we haven't quite hit our stride. Definitely sit Zeke, because he's been dealing with the knee issue. Tony Pollard, he's been dealing with the plantar issue. But on the flip side, we need to get our swag back, and we haven't done it. And I don't know if you can do it in one game. It is Philly. It's a rivalry game. We could flat embarrass them going into the playoffs. That might have a added bonus and an edge for us. I don't know, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Remember to hit the like, subscribe, and I'll definitely be looking and responding. All right, guys? Peace.